Niggas know that I still in the game that I will. Went to Solomon, I got the 10 for 600 on all our necks. Pay the pull like Meech. Really had this shit. Got out that stuff, started rapping, and 6 months later,
Lonestar Lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
Podcast number 2.
Let's make it happen.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome to Texas Lifestyle, the podcast that takes you deep into the heart of the Lone Star State. I'm Marcos, your host. Each week, we'll explore the rich culture of Texas, vibrant cities, the unique traditions. We'll go through some sports, life, faith. I mean, we're going to cover a wide variety of topics here on the podcast. It's good to be here with you guys. Let me introduce my co-host, Xavien. What's up, X? How you doing today?
What's going on, Mark? I just want to say appreciate you guys for having me. My name's Xavien Hughes. I'm a realtor here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm 21 years old. I was born and raised in Lubbock, Texas. Some people might not know where that is, but I just say Texas Tech University. Okay. But no, I've been here ever since I was 10. Pretty much grew up here in San Antonio. Sports was all I known growing up, so pretty much that's what I can relate to. Coming to the podcast, but here for the younger generation, just here to set the tone for the younger generation and just bring the energy. So it's kind of where I want to start off.
Nice. So we got. I wouldn't call myself an old head, but my name's Marcos. I'm a businessman, serial businessman, husband. I run multiple companies here in San Antonio, create multiple opportunities. I have a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old, originally from New Mexico, raised in Texas though. So now, we're here, running the podcast. But enough about me. We got a special guest in the house, Mr. Bruno Pola, professional boxer out of Mexico. I'm going to go ahead and let Bruno do his own introduction. But go ahead, Bruno. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, what's up? Hi, everyone. My name is Bruno Pola. As Marco said, I'm from Mexico, Torreon, Coahuila, but currently living here in San Antonio. And I'm just happy to be here. As you said, I'm a boxer, professional boxer. And I'm in one of the best cities in the U.S. for boxing, San Antonio.
Baby.
Yes, sir. For the city. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, welcome to the podcast, Bruno.
Thank you.
Of course, we got something to celebrate. Every day is a celebration, but today, something special. Bruno, happy birthday. We like to, from the podcast, we like to celebrate
happy
a little
birthday.
bit.
Happy birthday. A little round of applause for Bruno, guys. A little round of applause.
Everybody give Bruno a round of applause for his birthday.
Yes, sir.
Talking about your birthday, Bruno, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25 years young. Dang, I remember those days. I'm not that old, but, I remember those days. So you say you're a professional boxer, Bruno. Tell us a little bit about your boxing career and then what you're doing here in San Antonio.
Well, I train 100% Mexican, proud to be Mexican. Mexico in my blood. But right now I'm representing San Antonio too, because it's been 1.5 years that I've been here, constantly training, and fighting here in all South Texas. And I'm happy to be here in San Antonio.
Man, awesome.
So yeah, that's nice. We're glad to have you in San Antonio. I think me and you have a personal relationship, and I'm actually one of your sponsors, and I've watched you grow as a boxer since I first met you, and what you're doing now, and the opportunities that you have been provided, and being able to be a part of your success or being able to be a part of your life is pretty amazing. But what I really want to talk about is let's take it all the way back, bro. Let's take it all the way back. Mexico, Bruno Pola, young kid. What really got you interested in boxing, Bruno?
Well, a lot of things, right? Of course, right now, boxing is my passion, but since I was a kid, I was always like an adrenaline kid. And with not the right guidance and everything, I was getting a lot of problems and trouble in the streets.
Right.
So I grew up fighting. It was a thing. I was not even professional. I didn't knew about boxing. And it was just something real quick that came to my life. And I realized that I could have done it in a professional way.
Right.
With so many benefits and build up a better thing out of fighting, not doing it.
And something productive instead of out there being a knucklehead in the streets.
But when you're young, and you're just in the right place, growing up in Mexico with all these different things and scenarios.
Right. It's right.
It was a way,
rough-
and
yeah, it's a-
boxing just
So-
right now saved my life. I do it as a professional. This is my passion. This is my job. Doesn't feel like a job, but yeah.
So, in Mexico, was there a turning point? Did you have like some type of experience that just made you want to turn to pro, or just
I began my career in there. Well, probably. Well, Marco, as you said, we have a relation, so he knows a little bit about my career, but basically I didn't have non-amateur experience.
Right. So
I
when you
jumped.
talk about amateur, I just want our viewers to know, amateur in the U.S., what does that look like if you have an amateur career?
Oh,
It's
that's
like
a big-
Golden Gloves and stuff. And
That's a big thing. That's the first difference, the huge difference between Mexico and the U.S. Mexico grow the best professionals ever.
right.
Yeah.
But the US, they have a different system in the amateurs, and we don't have that much the same thing.
Right,
in
you guys
Mexico.
don't have
There's
as
bigger
many programs
opportunities.
when you're younger and to go Golden Gloves and start
Yeah,
fighting
here,
in the amateurs. And
There's
try-
more support. There's more support in here. There's more money. There's the nationals. There's people representing on the Olympics. There's a bigger.
bigger training system.
Right.
You
Yeah,
call it like a
yeah,
bigger,
you can call it
like
they
a bigger
prepare-
monster. You
Right.
know.
They prepare the fighters from younger, these
Bigger crowd.
tournaments. Mexico's not like that.
So, Bruno, when you say you jump straight to pro, can you tell us a little bit about the early days in the sport, all the significant challenges you faced as being a boxer, jumping directly to the pros? Because I mean, to do that, you got to be.
It's tough, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's like LeBron jumping straight out of high school into
Yeah.
the professional world, fighting grown ass men, and you're still young. Can you tell us tell us a little bit about the challenges you face coming up?
Well, boxing is very hard. I'm still learning a lot. Well, every day you learn, right?
Right.
But in boxing is very complex, and every time is experience. So I didn't knew a lot about boxing. It was just someone that knew how to punch and can fight. But really, my experience was small. I was very green.
Right.
When I went pro, I was just knocking out these guys. But they're in Mexico. It's also my weight class is a very high competitive weight
Right. Yeah,
division.
yeah.
Oh yeah, what
It's tough.
class are you fighting?
I fought on 168 pounds.
Oh yeah, There's some
Super
beasts.
middleweights.
There, boy. Mhm.
So
Isn't that Canelo's weight class?
yes, sir.
David Benavidez.
David Benavidez,
Oh,
all
yeah,
the big
you
names,
got-
Caleb Plant, Charlo,
Yeah, you got
all these guys.
You got
they're-
So, Bruno, do you have some type of mentor that kind of got you where you are today, or did you kind of get here step by step on your own, just learning as you went?
No, always you have people behind you.
Right.
I got the big blessing that since I started, every time is better, right? You build up better relations, better support.
Right.
You're here. So, but yeah, since the beginning, I used to have this manager from Mexico. He helped me out to know a little bit more about the sport. And he sent me here to the U.S. That's where I realized how was boxing,
Yeah.
Everything, the purse, the way to cut weight, the rankings, more about like, I came here to the U.S. I was like really surprised that I was professional back in Mexico.
Right.
Because the difference.
So, would you call your Mexican career amateur career?
It was
It was
basically
really
my,
your amateurs. Because
Yeah.
it's a whole new game when you get to the
it was
US,
a whole new game.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Then
Yeah,
I-
I mean that can be said. I mean, just the amount of money that goes into boxing in the U.S. is huge, and
I know everything, like the way U.S. athletes are treated. In Mexico, there's no, little by little is going, right? And also depends where you start. But not talking about the average, talking about the average and the way things actually go. But there's no supplements and there's no big technology. There's no like big support from the government to,
Yeah.
right.
So that's a
So
game changer in here.
What's crazy
People
X,
here.
is if you think about it, I mean, what's crazy is that we have so many Mexican boxers.
Man, right,
I
right.
mean, Mexicans are pretty much the top of the sport right now.
We're just built different.
Let them know. Let them know.
You got that right, man. I want to change gears a little bit. We've gone through your background. We've heard, a little bit of your backstory, where you come from. Now that you have made it pro and you are in the United States, what does a typical day of training look like for you? Bruno?
Well, here is when I have my training camps. I actually have 3 sessions per day. So in the mornings early, I go for a run. Depends. We have a program. Every camp is different. So now currently I have the best team ever.
Right.
Where they prepare me.
What gym are you boxing at?
I represent Boxers and Brawlers in RGBA San Antonio.
RGBA.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to my coaches, Coach Art, Coach Marcos.
Nice.
They're the ones that are helping me to develop better skills, more knowledge, and everything. So,
Right.
So what's something that you faced here in San Antonio that's kind of helped you excel as a pro? You know, or some of your daily things that you have to face.
The program that I'm following, like running in the mornings on this different thing, is not only going distance. You know, you go one day sprints, some other day you do gazers, then you long run, and then after that, 10 o'clock, have a strength conditioning session with my coach where we work on explosive footwork drills, resistance.
Right.
You know, just building up a stronger body for the fight. And then later during the day at 5, from 5 to 8, I go to the gym to work on my boxing skills.
Okay.
All the boxing session, you know, hit the bags, do the meat work, sparring. So that's how it looks.
It's like your job.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
3 sessions per day. Just, you know, working,
and then you work,
sleeping,
and then you work in
repeating.
you work in between those 2 sessions. Right?
Well, when I do a camp for a fight, I prefer not to. But when I'm not, like, I always stay active. Right now, when I don't have a fight coming up, I work. You know, this is my passion, my dream, and everything. But you still gotta work on. You know, you gotta eat. And
Definitely.
can you share with us, you know, the things that have made you successful? Because in the boxing landscape in San Antonio, Laredo, Houston, Corpus, I mean, we got a big boxing community. But when it comes to Bruno Pola, right now it seems like you're just hot. You're coming off a fight a fight in Laredo with what was that your opponent's name?
Daniel Blancas.
Daniel Blancas. I mean, that was a youth WBA title shot. Coming off that fight, can you tell us a little bit about what? I mean, you're hot right now, Bruno. How does it feel coming off a battle like that? I mean, if any of our viewers watch it or if anybody's seen it, man, that was a battle. Can you tell us a little bit about that fight and how the things you faced leading up to that fight and going through it?
Well, it was a tough fight. It was a fight for the WBC title, the jewel one. So it was a big opportunity for me, and it ended up in a polemic way, you know.
Yeah. If you didn't see it, Xavien, the end was, I mean, it was crazy. Boxing sometimes gets so political.
It's corrupted. This sport is corrupted. Right. That's the reality.
Yeah, and for a pure boxing fan like myself, it was a. It just sucks when it ends that way. Because I was watching from the stands, and man, you guys were trading blows, bro. Hats off to you. You did an amazing
It was
job.
a close fight. It was a close fight, but it was my fight.
It was a close fight.
So how's your relationship with your your opponent? You know, did you guys kind of
relation? There's no fucking relation.
I got you.
I just won the fucking rematch.
Got you. After that,
there's no
you ain't
fucking
cool with
relation.
them. I got you.
I'm looking for the rematch.
You're trying to get back.
I got you.
Get that one back. No, Bruno, you did a great job, and I mean, when boxing ends like that, when you win the scorecards, but you win, you know, you go back and
there
lose
was
the fight.
a thing. Let me give it a little bit of context.
I don't know. I think we can pull up the video, but go ahead.
Yeah, we fought for this title fight,
walk us through
WC Jude title, and we went 8 rounds to a war. It was a close fight. We were trading, a slugfest, everything. We both got knocked down at the same time in the first round. Hit me with a hook, and I hit him with a 1-2. Both of us right in the chin. Same time we both
it was like
touched
a flash,
the floor.
what they call a flash.
But I recovered faster. Like, it was just a flash knock for both.
Right.
But immediately after I got dropped, I came up and I saw he was barely getting up. I was ready to continue, but it was the last 10 seconds too. So it was a crazy thing, and you know, it was a close fight, but either ways, it's no. The result, it it was manipulated, you know.
Right.
First, when we finished fighting, they come to the scorecards. Even the ring announcer said, like, I was up in the score. I was winning in the scorecards.
Yeah, I think I heard him say like Bruno won two of the scorecards, but you guys have Blanca circled at the bottom as the winner. So basically, you won both scorecards. In an instance like that, what does your team do, Bruno, to contest the actual results?
Well, it was live on a TV, so people can see when they are manipulating there's a video. I don't know if they can put it.
Yeah, no, they'll pull
There's
it up
a video
on the
where
screen.
the ring announcer comes to the commission and show the scorecard. He said all this thing about Bruno went up in the scorecards, but Blanca's name is circled. So it was like people were booing. People were like,
No, I mean the
big crowd. It was
the
loud.
crowd was
Because they were not
If you-
saying the decision.
When we pull up the video right here, you'll hear. I mean, they're literally you hear everybody chanting.
So
for
they're
Bruno. Everybody
basically
knows,
they're
knows
changing
you won
the
fight.
scorecards, and then they announce him as the winner. Whatever, it ended up me losing by split decision. So we tried to to appeal for a no contest, you know, but you know it's corrupt. They lost the original scorecards, so there's no way to prove I was up in there, you know, only the video.
I got you.
Yeah. I mean, that sucks, man. You know that's one thing about boxing, bro. And I think that they need to change it. I think it needs to change. We're all watching the fight. We're all seeing the winner, and then it's a political deal, you know.
Right.
But hey, no complaints. I think
Yeah.
the fight was amazing, Bruno. You left your heart out there. And when it comes to that, mentally. How do you deal with it mentally?
You just gotta be strong, because this world is not easy. This life is not easy. When you have a big dream, like my dream, you know, become a world champ, it's not gonna be easy, because it's not an easy thing to become the best boxer on your weight class.
Right.
That's the reason it's called become a world champion. Involving all the US, all the countries, all the continents, you know, you're the best.
Right.
So it's not an easy task, and I know it's hard, you know, and you gotta keep working, you gotta fail, you gotta learn, and you know, you grow just as a person, as a boxer, and now I have more experience, I have more knowledge, I have more hungry than ever.
Right.
So
Yeah. Mentally, I mean, I think it could be taxing on you taking a loss like that, especially when you know you gave it your all, you trained your ass off, you fought. I mean, you fought a great fight. I think everybody's seen. I think when we play the video back, you hear the announcers. I mean, they're literally they gave you the fight. Everybody gave you the fight except the
judges.
For real. So I
Except
mean,
the judges.
so like you said, you came from Mexico, somewhat from a background. You know, you started off fighting when you were younger before you got into the pros. Has there been anything outside of boxing that has kind of just made you stay disciplined within that? You know,
all the thing that involves life, working. Just like I'm a professional boxer, I'm a human too. I gotta work for my things. My dream, at first, it was not easy. You don't begin earning big money, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So you gotta keep working hard on your life to being able to pursue your dreams. So
Right.
I gotta work out from boxing, you know, becoming a better person, earning
Right.
some money, grinding,
Right.
hustling. There's a lot of things. Just like that's why I don't asking for any credit or nothing, but people don't realize how hard it is to do all the stuff that we do. Not only me, everyone that is chasing something as big as this
and everything.
I mean, as I've gotten closer to you, and shout out to Sicario, Daniel Cortez. There's some local boxers, your best friends here in the city. As I've seen what you guys have to do to get in that ring and put that show on, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
you guys are crazy.
Everyone has their own battles, you know, and you can only look out to the other person next to you and see if he's doing something good, you know?
Right.
Like just like these guys, they're inspiring me, they're motivating me. There's a lot of talented people in here. It's not all, the world is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of talent out there, but I'm glad to see you bounce back from that. Going into your next fight, when can we see you back in the ring, Bruno?
I'll be fighting very soon. I'm fighting June 15 here in San Antonio, Texas.
Dang,
right in the
nice.
Boeing Center.
Getting right back to work. Huh?
Yes,
Let 'em
sir,
know,
right
let 'em
back.
know.
Up to the next one. I'm ready for this fight. I'm going to knock this guy out, make a statement, going again in camp and fighting again.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can bounce back. You cannot be crying in the corner and trying to putting excuses behind your losses or whatever. You just gotta man up,
Right.
get your ideas back together, put yourself together, listen to the right people, and then just go there again.
Get back to work. Get back to work. That's all you can do. With your career, Bruno, can you share with our viewers a couple of highlights of your career? Like, I know you're still so young, but just some of the celebrations you've had in your career. As far as, I mean, I see, bro, you have a strong hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm a southpaw. I'm a southpaw for people that are not related to boxing. There's stances, right? There's people that are orthodox and southpaw.
Right.
It's meaning left-handed.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricky in the boxing game, So I'm a southpaw. I'm tall for my weight class. I punch strong, and the thing that differentiates me from the other people is that I haven't taken any easy fights,
Right. No.
I've been there with dogs. I've been fighting good boxers when I was no amateur background, I was so boxing is complex, but you just gotta be the mindset will make a difference,
Right.
Right.
So I understand, you'll have these fights and different fights, but has there ever been a fight that just kind of set you back in a way that kind of just made you feel discouraged and just, how did you overcome that feeling of just, a tough loss or something like that?
Well, I have 3 losses in my record, but it's just the way you gotta take things is like you cannot get stuck in just thinking that like there's a wise man that once told me about a samurai thing, that they don't look on the behind them, you gotta look forward, you gotta like turn the page and start again,
And just keep fighting
going.
forward. Armor on the front. There's no
Just
armor
like
on the back with a samurai warrior.
Marcus.
Definitely.
You can't look back. You just gotta pick up and go. Now, boxing is an exciting sport. We got a lot of great fights happening, Bruno. I just want to pick your brain on some of these fights that are coming up. Some of the fights that actually happened today. Tyson Fury's about to fight. You were watching the undercard. What do you think about the upsets that happened today in boxing, Bruno?
Today has been a crazy day right now while we were live. The Fury versus Usyk undercard is going on, and I was telling Marcus that it's crazy. The first 3 fights, big upsets,
Right.
Frank from Canelo team,
Yeah.
this heavyweight from Cuba just took a loss, the first loss on his career. It's a tough opponent. Then Joe Cordina, also on the field fighter, fighting as the favorite,
Right.
lost versus this underdog, and then adding something the most how can I say this, impressive upset from today. It was Sergey Kovalev take a decision loss. Sergey Kovalev, baddest fighter from light heavyweight, one of the best light heavyweights, just took a loss. And I know he's not in his prime anymore. After his loss versus Canelo,
Right.
everything changes, but still is an upset.
Still an upset. Yeah, man. Boxing is absolutely trying to step their game up after UFC 300. I don't know if you watched UFC 300. Man, it was like a mega card. I mean, they had back-to-back great fights, and that's what we're starting to see in boxing. The lineup for you guys in June 15th, going back to your fight, Bruno, you guys got quite an impressive lineup. We got Daniel Cortez fighting that night. We got who else we got on that card? We got Sicario,
Sylvester Quiñones,
the boy from the hills.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? We got him.
Dan
we got him.
Cortez, Raven Brown, Ethan Perez, me fighting there too. So it's gonna be a stock card. Gonna be great fights there. So people from San Antonio, you don't want to miss this.
No, you don't
June
want to miss it.
15.
Where's it at, bro?
The Boeing Center, Tech Port Arena.
Tech Port Arena.
June 15. You guys can miss this one.
No, it's
gonna be-
it's gonna
gonna
be
be
it's gonna
great
be.
night.
I think they had it on there. It's gonna be a Father's Day
Sir.
fight. So I think
Bring-
Father's Day's that weekend. So tell your wives to buy you some tickets. It's gonna be a blast. We're gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
out there. We're gonna be out there
For
doing
real.
our thing. We're gonna be out there doing our thing. But one fight I want to talk about, Bruno. I want to kind of get your opinion on. You're in the sport of boxing. I mean, you know technically and everything. But what we're seeing with this Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, what's up, bro?
Oh,
Crazy.
man.
What is that, bro?
Look, I'm not in. This is something I really hate about people sometimes when they judge. When you cannot make things like that happen, you need to keep your mouth shut, you know?
Gotcha.
Because
Right.
Jake Paul, yeah, people are hating on him, but like he's winning big money.
He's getting a purse.
He's doing boxing and he trains hard. You know, I don't judge. The only thing you can do is just be a spectator, you know, and see how people are achieving all this great stuff. Because he's fighting a legend, Mike Tyson.
Right.
Also, you cannot judge Mike Tyson because he has a big legacy. He's one of the best boxers ever, one of the most popular too. Everyone knows Mike Tyson. So now he's all I know. People may be like, this is not good for your career legacy, you know. But at the end of the day, leave the man alone. He's just making big money. You know, he has a family. He still loves boxing.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can say. Nothing.
Well, let's
but
say this.
good
You know,
things.
prior to him being in boxing, he's always had a big name. You know, working so hard to where you are now. Do you feel like, you know, not necessarily him making like a mimic out of it, but do you feel, you know, some type of way of how far he's made it, considering where he's come from?
Do you think he's disrespecting
Disrespecting,
boxing?
No, not at all. Because why is he disrespecting boxing? He's just gonna take a fight.
Yeah.
And will you take a fight? Like imagine, put yourself in that spot. You're able to fight Mike Tyson. Everyone knows not Mike Tyson.
No, Mike
For me
Tyson's a
personal,
legend.
he's
Mike Tyson's
he's
Mike
my
Tyson,
idol.
yeah.
You know, I really
a
admire
legend.
him. So if they told me you can fight Mike Tyson,
So
then
you
you're
would-
gonna earn a big
Yeah,
big
you're not
purse.
lying. Hey, you're not lying. You're not
over,
lying.
Over $10 million.
Yeah.
People will watch it on Netflix. I'll take the fight.
You would take that? That's
I'll
what I was,
take
my
it.
next question was,
Yeah.
you take that fight?
I'll take it.
Any
No
day.
hesitation.
Hey, well, that's gonna put your name out there. I mean,
Even
he's
though
got a
the
point.
result I have respect for Mike. I know Mike Tyson will win. Mike Tyson is different. Go see Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
The punch power doesn't go. It's the last thing to go. He may not be in shape. He may be old, right? But the power is there still. He's still a legend. So I'm just happy to be able to see him again. Of course, I don't wanna watch him get KO'd by Jake Paul, but it's still something I want to watch. It's
Right.
like
See, but you know,
I think it's must see TV for all of us. Now, you know, changing gears a little bit. I'd like to get your opinion on the fight because I mean, we got the Bruno Pola's opinion, but I know we all have our own.
everyone has their own opinion.
Everyone has their own, so-
I'm not trying to put my 2 cents like Bruno said, but hey,
Don't be
this,
scared.
this-
I
this-
know Bruno has a good left. But he's
no,
kind of
you know,
far from me, bro.
how I see it as, you know, and I'm watching them do their weight class and everything like that. I kind of see it as a joke, and of course, this is gonna be a money making fight. You know, and you know you're gonna make money off this. You've got to gain the views to start the fight. You know, but I just can't take it seriously. I can't. You know,
Man.
and Mike Tyson being Mike Tyson, if Jake Paul was to come in here and KO him, which we really don't want, that's just gonna kind of
Yeah.
set Mike's reputation off, and by
okay,
him, you know, he's
okay.
a Disney Channel kid. You know what I mean? Like, no, you know.
No, I mean, for me, guys, I think it's great for the sport of boxing because it's
Yeah.
bringing.
Of course, bring
It's
audience,
bringing out
bringing a
fans,
bigger audience,
It's bringing
yeah.
out
brings
money,
an audience, bring money,
sponsorship.
Definitely.
opportunities.
I mean,
Definitely.
I think I heard this morning that Jake Paul's the face of boxing. I mean, I don't know how
No,
much I believe that.
no, that's
but-
not true. The face of boxing is Canelo Alvarez right now, or Gervonta Davis,
Right.
even Terence Crawford. Like we have multiple boxers that can
Right.
call like the face of
Right.
boxing.
That's just what I heard, guys, and I'm not vouching for that. But man, what they're doing with this Jake Paul, man, hats off to them, man. If they can make money, bro, you got gotta train. I don't care what anybody says.
Right.
Jake Paul's a joke. It's a joke, bro. Ain't no joke stepping in the ring with Mike.
Hey, you're not lying.
Exactly.
Hey,
Let me
no,
tell-
gotta come
let me
across
tell you
something, you know?
For all the people that judge out there and they like, oh, this maybe is a circus, is not serious, this is respecting boxing, whatever. You have not the guts to do all these things because
Got you.
you're not a professional boxer. You're not
I mean,
a
once you step in the
businessman.
ring, you're hitting each
You're
other.
not
so,
able,
you know,
if-
that's as real as it
because
gets.
it's easy to talk, but just a small amount of people are able to do all these things.
Right,
And
right.
if not everyone will be rich, popular, successful, and no, just the ones that take risk, just like Jake Paul. Good things, good commentary, and bad commentary is gonna come.
Oh,
But
yeah, no
just
matter
gotta
what,
take the
you
best.
can't
If
please
you're
everybody.
if you're fighting Mike Tyson at the big purse, millions and millions of dollars, making a positive impact on the sport, because there's an undercard in there, you know. There's big fighters fighting on that
Right,
card too.
right.
So it's just like
No, it's a real match, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big night.
That's why it's gonna be a big night. It's gonna be great for boxing.
Sure.
I think boxing is trying to compete with UFC. I hope that we keep seeing.
I think it's the other way. UFC is trying to compete with boxing.
Bruno.
Boxing has been
Bruno.
all day.
I don't know, bro. UFC has really done a great job at
Shout out
Hey.
to all the UFC fighters. I respect.
Hey,
them,
put
you know?
McGregor in the ring.
Hey,
You know?
hey.
But that's why there's a difference, and that's why
right.
all the
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking down on boxing. I just think numbers wise and business wise, UFC has grown their business.
it's growing because everyone
big.
fights. Everyone
Oh, yeah.
fights. The best fights the best fighters.
Right, the best
And
fighters
boxing,
fight.
we're coming again because boxing used to be that way back in the HBO times.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
back
yeah.
in those times, everyone, all the fighters, they were facing the best one in each division, and that's why there was all these big fights and baddest fights.
Right.
Now it's very more like cherry picking, you know. But
Right.
the UFC, what it happens in there is like they fight each other no matter what.
Yeah, no, they
Right.
no
battle.
matter if you have a
Top
fucked
of the-
up record,
Yeah, no, they're
Like-
trying to protect their record. They're trying to win some money. They're trying to get in there.
no,
and battle.
giving badass fights.
And I'm not saying it's not happening in boxing, but we're seeing it more and more where Canelo Alvarez Benavidez is literally calling him out, and he's just. I wouldn't call it ducking. I think it's business. It's not even. I think Canelo Alvarez he'll beat Benavidez,
Yeah.
but it's a business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not worth it for him.
Of
to
course, that's a
take the
fight
risk.
everyone we want to watch. I want to watch
Yeah.
Benavidez versus Canelo. But let me tell you something that you won't realize till you get involved in this sport. Once you become the king and the champion, you can do whatever you want.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why you're
Yeah.
there, because he's not
For
like
sure.
it's not like the first fight and you're already a champion. There's Canelo
Steps to it.
over 60 fights. He fought the best ones. Mayweather, Cotto, Kovalev, Bivol, Golovkin 3 times, Jacobs, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. All like look at his resume. Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
Then he fought Charlo. Then he just fought Jaime Munguia. He has been fighting everyone.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
said
He
that
hasn't
about the
been dodging
past
nobody.
ones. Billy Joe Saunders. Now, who's next? Benavidez is next, but Canelo hasn't retired. Eventually, the fight will happen. We don't know when. We don't know how. But it's going to happen. Canelo, honestly, sorry to all these Canelo haters, but like, you just want to watch
Sorry,
him.
but not sorry.
Sorry, but you're not him.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
you wish you was him.
Yeah.
Right,
'Cause-
in his position to pick
to
and
pick
choose
up-
your fight. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
No, I think he's proved he's
There's
earned that.
there's a lot of sacrifice and
Yeah.
ups and downs, and things like when you're that famous and that successful, you cannot handle everything. There's gonna be haters. There's gonna be people that really admire you. So
Right. I mean,
nothing but respect to a guy that has done what he has done.
yeah, no, that's we're watching some of the great boxing we've seen in a long time. Being on that subject, I don't know if you guys seen it. Ryan Garcia told Benavidez he wants it with his big bro.
Oh,
He can
man.
get it. He can get it.
Yeah,
What do
Ryan
you
Garcia
think
has
about
been a
that?
big talk lately, you know, and after his Devin Haney fight, you know, and them saying, you know, he was tested wrong after and they wanted to disqualify him for having that win, you know. That's
It's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy, you know, and
Yeah, that's another good thing. Like, imagine Ryan Garcia fighting Benavidez. You will watch it, right?
Oh yeah, that
So
we'll
that's-
watch. We're gonna watch that.
You just
know?
gotta enjoy the show.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with other things other than boxing. Look, this scenario in the soccer, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, the best soccer players
yeah.
in this era, right? Like
Right.
I'm not a big fan of soccer, but like people, they're like, instead of enjoying this era where you're able to see these great players showing their skills and performing, they're just comparing and just enjoy the show. Just
Yeah,
enjoy it.
Just
That's all
enjoy
you
the
can do,
show,
yeah.
just like Bruno
Just-
said. Man, that's good stuff. Good stuff. I think that Ryan's just trying to get a fight. I mean, he does this all the time after his fight. Last time he fought,
He's a genius
Davis,
marketing.
He's,
Yeah.
he's a marketing
Everyone
genius.
thought he may be crazy, but he pretend to be crazy. Right now, he's still acting
Yeah,
like
what do you
Right
think
now,
about
he's
that,
still
you know?
marketing. He's
numbers
going
don't
on.
lie. The numbers
Yeah.
don't lie. He won, like, after pretending all this crazy stuff, then he won. Like, he knocked
Yo, I
down
know.
Haney.
And I think he sold tickets. You know what I
He
mean?
sold
tickets
That
at
fight was in
pay-per-view.
New York. It was across from his fan base, his normal fan base. I think he did what he had to do to get that paycheck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Changing gears a little bit, Bruno. We want to know what's next. What's next for Bruno Pola? We've seen that you've gone for the belt. We've seen you've done some great things. You've
What's your
also
next
had
big
some
goal?
upsets. But
Yeah.
what's next in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself?
As a world champion. The next 5 years, I'll be a world champion, definitely.
Yes, sir.
My
Nice.
career hasn't been perfect. Hasn't been the like a fairy tale story, where this guy comes from the bottom and he wins and undefeated and just everything jello and happy. No,
Right.
my career is the opposite. I've been falling down. I've been on top of the hill and feeling like I'm doing and then life just hits me and I go down again.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. But I'm a hard worker, hungry. I want to eat this world. So I'm young, talented, and I have the hard work, discipline. I have the best team to be around me, the right people, sponsors. So I just need to keep the
going.
process. Keep the process. If I fail again, I'll go up. But right now, I know that I'm just going up. I learned a lot. I'm a different person. I'm a different boxer. So just expect watching me knocking out these guys right after.
Hey, when you're a world champion,
June
don't forget
15,
about
I'll
don't forget
fucking
about us
knock
over
them
here.
down.
Nice. Nice.
That's the way it's gonna be in my
Don't
story.
forget about the little people with the
Oh,
Lonestar
yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you lose, don't give up. Don't give up. It's just a better way to the taste after you achieve your goal. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be
Oh yeah, 10
You're gonna-
times better. I
10
think,
times.
I think me and Bruno had a conversation when he came out the ring, and I think there was. I've learned this in life and business that I never grow when everything's good. When the success is there, I grow in the trouble times. You know what I mean? I really believe that God, that's when He grows you, is when you face adversity. And if you see
Definitely.
any champion, I don't care, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, I mean, they've all tasted defeat. And everybody still calls them great.
Talks
So
about him. Yep.
you got a bright future ahead of you, Bruno.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you for coming to this podcast. I think we're wrapping up right now. X, you got
Already.
You got anything else you want to say, Bruno, before we
Man, no, but I
Pull
just
the
want to
plug.
say, you're a true inspiration to just the younger people out here. You being 25 today, you're really putting on for people out there, and even the let's say the kids that just are dealing with difficulties, like you said, fighting and stuff like that. You just stepping into something that's, help them excel in life. You're a true inspiration.
Thank you, man.
So,
Appreciate it.
yeah.
And it was a pleasure being here talking to you guys. It's just, you got to be in this life dropping at least a positive message,
Right.
Right now, I'm working on become a better person too, a better boxer. But you just got to keep it like that.
Exactly.
If I can say something to all the people out there, just keep chasing your dreams. Work hard. Don't give up. And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the
Yes,
for
sir.
the-
Yes,
the
sir.
talk and
Nice.
Appreciate it.
We enjoyed it, Bruno. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here and to our audience. You heard it here, Bruno Pola, June.
The man himself.
Man himself, June 15th. Come out and watch us fight. Support local boxers and a great night of fights. Y'all have a good one. See ya
Yes,
later,
sir.
San Antonio.
Already.
see you later.